Hi, how are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. We're going to look at factorising quadratics where the coefficient of the x squared is not a 1. So this is a little bit more complicated. I call it the ACC method because we have three things we do. We assume, that's the first A, we calculate, then we cancel. So let's go through an example. Here we've got this one here, 3x squared minus 2x minus 8. We are going to assume that it's 3x times 3x. That's going to give me 9x squared, so we're going to have to divide it by 3. Okay, so that's quite important. So if we were to have a different one, say this one over here, 4x squared, I would assume that would be 4x and times it by 4x something, and I divide it by 4 because 4 4s are 16. Okay, so that's the assume, 3 times 3. So we're going to assume that this is 3x. Because the last number is negative, we've got a plus and a minus in. Then we have to calculate the first times the last number. So 3 times 8 is 24. So we want the factors of 24 that where one subtracted from the other gives us negative 2. And so that will give us 4 6s. 4 minus 6 gives us negative 2. So I know that's 4 there and 6 there. Whoops, I forgot to divide it by 3. So it's 3x divided by 3. Then we have to cancel, and we cancel out factors. So we have to factorize. The 3 and the 4 don't have a common factor, but the second bracket has a common factor of 3. So my first bracket stays as 3x plus 4. And my second bracket, I take a common factor of 3 out of there, x minus 2. And that's divided by 3. And these 3's will cancel out. And so my final answer when I factorize this is 3x plus 4 and x minus 2. That's the ACC, assume, calculate, cancel. So let's try this next one, 4x squared minus 3x minus 1. We're going to assume that this is 4x times 4x divided by 4. That's the assume. We put in the signs. It's a negative, so we've got a plus and a minus to go there. And then we go 4 times 1 is 4, and we calculate the first times the last. 1 times 4, 2 times 2. Well, obviously, 4 minus 1 is 3, so 1 minus 4 is negative 3. We can cancel the 4 out of the factor on the second one. So I'm going to factorize this with 4 bracket x minus 1. We can cancel out the 4's here, and that cancels out with that one. And so my final answer for this question is 4x plus 1 and x minus 1. So that's how we do factorizing when we have a coefficient that is not a 1, and that's called the x squared method, the ACC method. And here's another one, this one here, 10x squared. So we're going to start with doing this, 10x, and we're going to assume it's another 10x, and so we're going to have to divide it by 10. Then that's the assume part. Now we calculate, first times last, 60. 10 times 6, 12 times 5 is 60. The last number is positive, this is negative, so we need 2 negatives there. And negative 12 and negative 5 make the 60. Now, we note that we have to take the common factors out of here. 10 won't divide into this bracket or that bracket, but 2 will divide into the first bracket. So we're going to factorize the first bracket with the number 2. And 2, that will give me 5x minus 6. And the second bracket we can factorize with a 5. So 5, that's 2x minus 1. And then the 10 is made up of 2 times 5. That's 10. So now we can cancel out this 5 with this 5, this 2 with this 2, and we can write our final answer as 5x minus 6 and 2x minus 1. There's factorizing. Just I came across this today. Look at that, that's a bridge. I wouldn't like to go up there. Too dangerous for me. Suppose they're not thinking about factorising. Anyway, till next time.